Hi, hello. My name is Marshall. Welcome to Real Talk. Real issues seeking real solutions. First, I want to introduce our co-host, Miss Sandy Brown. She's an advocate for prison reform and the vice president of the upcoming nonprofit.
Yes, as he said, my name is Sandy Brown. I've been an advocate for 7 or 8 years now, and the nonprofit is called Alabama Insiders for Change.
You are involved in advocacy, is that correct?
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
so,
I actually got involved in advocacy um, when my brother-in-law called me 7 years ago and told me that a fellow inmate had been beaten by the police and they wouldn't take him to medical, they wouldn't let him use the phone, etc. They intended on killing him. And I contacted DOC and INI and all the regular channels you go through, and nobody cared. So I ended up calling the Mobile FBI and just seeing how people who are, it's their job to take care of these people, and seeing that they don't give a shit, that's what got me doing this.
well, that's commendable.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great endeavor there and some outstanding work on your part. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, before I bring on a guest, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this channel with everyone. This is a new channel, and we all need to get this out there. And Real Talk needs your support. First, I'd like to thank you for coming on Real Talk and sharing with the audience your experience. Uh, could you tell us your name, please?
They call me Mario.
They call you Mario. Nice to meet you, Mario. What are you incarcerated for, and how long have you been enslaved?
I'm incarcerated for a robbery, and I've been enslaved going on 15 years now.
Wow. Can I jump in with a question? No judgment, just curious. Was anybody hurt in the robbery?
It was minor injuries, but it wasn't no major injuries where nobody had to go to the hospital or anything.
Okay, and nobody died or anything?
No, nobody died.
Okay, and how long was your sentence? Or is your sentence?
I got a life sentence.
No shit. Oh man, I'm sorry.
What happened to come under the Habitual Offender Act?
Yes, it came with the yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Something needs to be done about it.
But I had no prior felonies. This is my first felony ever.
Really?
Well, I was 19 when I caught my case, and very young, but I ain't had no prior incarceration. Never been to a juvenile facility. None of that.
Wow. What county are you out of?
Limestone County.
Okay.
That's where the prison is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yep.
that's where the prison is.
That's the one they're having a lot of problems out of today. Are you housed in a maximum security prison at the current time?
No, I'm in a level 4 facility, Bullock correctional facility.
Could you briefly tell us about what your daily life is like inside?
Well, my daily life inside, I'm surrounded by chaos, misery, hopelessness that's created by denial of fairness, equality, and justice. When rehabilitation and opportunities are denied to the general population of correctional facilities, justice does not exist. And in turn, it creates misery, hopelessness, and chaos within minds, hearts, and souls of the individuals incarcerated.
Is violence a daily occurrence there?
Yes, violence is very much a daily occurrence in Alabama, for instance. The inmates are bitter, bored, aggravated, irritated, frustrated with a whole lot of time and nothing productive, no construction to do with their time.
We see a lot of that on social media outlets. There's a lot of things going on that really need to be addressed, and that's what Real Talk is here to do. To get these issues out and discuss them. If we together collectively can come up with some kind of solution. What is the overall stance on inmate violence and the overall performance of their duties?
Okay, well, the drug problem is beyond reason. Yes, there's a lot of people on drugs, and a lot of them were already drug users and abusers. There's a lot of using drugs to escape the misery that they prison administration and the prison environment create. The police duty, they very poor at their job. They just don't care. It seems like for real that everybody, the police just coming in for a check. That's just what they're here for. They're not here to help rehabilitate us. They're here to get a check, and anything that comes with it. And if it comes to towing drugs in, to doing this, they with it too.
We see a lot of that drug smuggling going on.
Serve and protect, man. They don't do none of that. They're not protecting nobody.
Yeah, that seems to be the overall consensus across the state. They just don't care. They're there for a paycheck, like you said. They don't care. Do you think that part of the reasons that the officers don't do anything, like to help y'all, say in an instance of violence, and they don't step in, because we've heard of stuff like that, or people overdosing and they don't step in. Do you think that they don't step in because?
Then a lot of them, they're young coming in, so they went to school with some of the individuals that's in there, and their homeboys and cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah. They are sending a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
And we can safely assume that the drug problem is pretty bad there, and
the drug problem is beyond reason.
Do y'all have a lot of overdose there?
We really don't have that much here because I ain't gonna lie, it's drug smuggling going on, but it ain't as much.
Okay.
Like I was just recently transferred from Staten to Bullock. Every day is happening at Staten.
Oh yeah, Staten. That's the other one I was trying to think of that I knew was really bad. Staten and Donaldson right now with the overdose deaths.
Yeah, I just recently left Staten.
Oh, okay. So y'all do have drugs, but it sounds like y'all don't have like fentanyl, maybe.
No, they're not too much.
Okay.
They got it, but not too much.
Okay. That seems to be the problem at some of those other facilities. Not that the other drugs aren't a problem, but if it's killing them, that's a problem.
most deadly.
So.
Heroin, I guess.
Oh yeah, heroin could too. From what I'm hearing, though, that there's some new fentanyl or something called trank, and the Narcan's resistant to it.
Yeah, we've heard about that also.
Yeah.
What rehabilitation has to offer to inmates?
The only rehabilitation that's offend is offer education program with extremely limited hands-on experience. However, education at the end all beats all rehabilitation. Rehabilitation has to be a 360 program that works on the transformation and self-development of individual care, as well as targeting any and all possible challenges that the individual may be facing. Rehabilitation has to be complete analysis of the individual, their dreams, hopes, and purposes in life. Without a vision, people will continue to wander through life aimlessly, which will lead to more bad decision making, which we all call crime. Just education programs as rehabilitation programs, they don't work because education is just information. It does not change the current situation. And rehabilitation has to involve daily change with action and results, experiencing something beneficial for the individual.
Right, I agree with that.
I do too. Think that any real rehabilitation out of ADOC is just done by the individual because they want to rehabilitate themselves?
The only way rehabilitation happens is that's correct. We have to want to rehabilitate ourselves. But them helping us rehabilitate, they don't want to rehabilitate. They want us to keep on coming out of prison and coming back to prison. Like they call it the $1 million industry, so it's all about the money now.
I agree.
So long as they keep us not rehabilitated, we'll get out there and keep coming back.
Right. I agree totally.
Yeah. And they don't have to. I know they do realize, but that's even making it more dangerous for the public. Because now you never fix the individual. So then when he go back out there and commit the crime, You never see that in the real.
Right.
About the health care.
Oh, there's absolutely nothing adequate, no assessment about the health care within none of the facilities in Alabama. The attitude that most of the health care providers have are totally disrespectful and dehumanizing in every possible way. Inmates are not seen as human beings. Nurses are hateful, spiteful, and judgmental. You cannot receive fair health care treatment when people boldly show indifference in how they treat you because of your current situation.
We hear a lot of the same across the state as a whole. That they just the nurses, the staff, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
That's sad.
Provide some kind of basic care anyway.
Right, and not charge a copay because the majority of y'all incarcerated do not have jobs or an income, but they're charging for copays and medicines. I read something that said in the last 5 years since they went from Wexler or whatever it was to Yes Care when they changed their name, in the last 5 years they've made $90 million off of Alabama.
Wow.
That's crazy.
90 million, but y'all can't get health care or get adequate health care, or be seen in an appropriate manner or timely manner. Yeah.
This is just, I mean, we hear all these stories and we see all the stuff on social media, and it's really hard to grasp the severity of all the bad things that are going on right now with the Department of Corrections.
Yes, it is.
And talking to the enslaved individuals, getting first-hand accounts of it, we start to see that the problem is really different than what anybody can imagine.
Yes.
And I personally feel that the taxpayers of the state of Alabama should really pay close attention to what's going on. The money is being not used in a productive manner.
I agree.
I agree with the person we have on today. In order to stop recidivism or to cut it way down, I feel that
Right.
a new mindset of vocational education or academic education to go further and make his quality of life better than what it was when he came in. I believe that is one of the factors that will ensure the individual to at least have a good chance at success.
I agree. The reality is most guys, or well, men and women who come home don't have support. They don't have a car, a way to get to work. They can't get jobs. You know, you know all this.
Those are real things that an individual needs to be
Right,
productive. You don't have
right. And if they know that they have nothing out here and no way to get ahead, where's there any chance at hope to want to better themselves? It's already, like he said, it's so hopeless inside there. Nobody's going home. Nobody's making parole. We've got these outrageous sentences for things that people did when they were kids, or, guys that are in for life or for several thefts, but nobody was hurt. Low classification thefts, like lower, not even big thefts.
On a month now, and I haven't seen the classification offer yet.
Really?
It's like nobody cares. It's just here to get a check and go on.
Hey, let me throw another question in. Do you have a parole date?
I've been up for parole already.
You have?
And, yes, and I got denied 5 years, but I just know this is political.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's with Lee Guatney and them. I looked in that woman's eyes. That woman has no soul. None. Nobody that I saw that day got approved.
It's like it's like with the parole situation, it seems like to me that they're just taking orders. The parole board is, because just like as we know, you set a dead man off for parole. You send people off for parole that don't even have
Yes.
5 years
Yes.
left, and they ain't even got 5 years left. So how could you set a man? Nobody's looking at the paperwork. So obviously, you're telling me that he's just taking orders from above.
Yes. And when I was down there in December, they basically admitted that they make their mind up before we even come in. Before the families come in, before anybody comes in. They've already looked at the files and they've already made their minds up. They don't even care what the people on the outside say. Even if the victim wants the person to get out, they've already made their minds up. That woman has no soul at all. And I'm hoping Kay Ivy's in her last administration, so Lord willing, we will not get Steve Marshall. Hopefully we'll get somebody better and a better parole board. Because I don't think there's going to be any chance of any hope until the parole board is better. I think, the living conditions and the stuff that goes on needs to be better too, but I think if you at least got a little hope that you can go home, maybe the shitty conditions wouldn't feel so shitty, So, but when it's compiled, I can totally understand, even the drug use. I might get some slack for this. I was in the situation that some of you guys are in. I can't say I wouldn't want to use drugs. I can't say I wouldn't want to be numb, and just be numb, and not face it.
And that's what goes on with a lot of them. Like, I know people that I know 10 years ago that wasn't even doing drugs, but now they just drugs and took them down because the hopeless situation they're in. They just want to be numb to the situation. Even the ones that's just coming in, I done seen numerous inmates just coming in with 33 numbers, 32 numbers. That means they're just getting a prison and they're dead already. And I can understand like they OD on the drugs because say you coming in and the ADOC officer sign you away. As a man, you should be able to get your whack, but then when you walk through your whack and they try to put you on the floor, it degrades you as a man, and nobody can even accept that reality of sleeping on the floor. Like, I gotta sleep on the floor.
Like an animal.
Like an animal, like coming in as a man, it's hard to accept it.
Yeah, I can see that. Hell, I'm a woman. I don't want to sleep on no damn floor either.
Anybody try to get my rack, I'm gonna die. Like, I just gotta see you.
Right. Or hope there's an open rack somewhere.
I mean, why would it be that he couldn't get his rack?
He couldn't get his rack because you have inmates that's just power struck. You have inmates that's power struck, and they might say they got something going on right here. And I can understand that part too, but then if you say you got something going on right here, why not get the man another rack then? It's just like we got to help each other. We got the man up. We got to help each other. You can't just put a man on the floor.
Right. I agree.
You can't do that. That's not right.
Y'all are gonna have to stick together because you're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got this. Alabama stuck on this. Even with the inmate, they stuck on this black and white thing, which is so confusing. Like, I was raised in Ohio, so I came to Alabama, got incarcerated. So I never was raised racist. I never experienced racism until I came to the South. But inside, it's still racism going on. Like, black and white thing. Like, oh, your people slaved me, so I'm gonna slave you. Like, damn, that ain't even what's supposed to be going on.
Right. Right.
It seems like everybody would be trying to pull together and force a change out of state government, i.e. KIV and the parole board. I saw last year that inmates in the Department of Corrections went on a strike, a shutdown. And it was beginning to have some effect from what I saw. But the inmates came off of it. And one of the questions I was going to ask you tonight was, what do you see as the problem with the unity inside?
The unity, the problem with the unity is the black and white thing, and everybody wants to cap off the situation. You wanna try to cap off the situation instead of looking at the bigger goal and everybody's power struck. Just like you said with the shutdown, like just like with the shutdown, there's no way that we is supposed to be extorting each other. Like they
Yes.
price gouge each other. Like, how is you going to fight the enemy when you're supposed to be on these grounds and he's stabbing me in my back?
Yeah, I heard several people say the same thing over last year, that the other inmates price gouged, and the ones that weren't prepared or didn't know or didn't have just did without. Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't have been like that. They should have been cooking dinner together as a dorm, whatever they had to do.
Unity seems so far-fetched. I fight for it every day, but it seems so far-fetched in Alabama. But it's just a real problem with unity. It's just too much going on.
Yeah.
It seems like to me that there's just a small few that are engaging in this kind of activity with the, I see the videos of guys getting beat up and it's just a small number of these individuals, such a large number of the others that won't change. Why can't the larger number come together and say, hey, we're going to stick together and, we got to do this, and, y'all need to get in line.
And then,
bored.
And I made a post about that the day I woke up and was trying to let my friends. I made a post about that today, and I was like it's 2024. We finna go on 2024. Like, we got to get it together. Like you said, they don't, like, all our strong individuals, our soldiers, our warriors, they're in segregation. We have to flip that around. We have to bring them out, and for the people who's not with their lives that this was gonna go on, you go to segregation. We run them to segregation. It's not like we're doing anything we ain't been doing. You already jumping on the folks, killing the folks about the soup and cooking. So why not jump on there and do all that to run the lockup if they're not down with this alliance? Because we got to get a change.
That's how the advocates out here, and I'm on Facebook also. And the last shutdown, I can understand. Do you think if the outside advocates really showed a better support or attending the rallies and the protests and maybe marching in Montgomery, that this would help the morale inside for the inmates who want to come together and unite and stand together?
Me personally, no, I don't believe that because the people have been marching, the people have been rallying. We didn't have people show up at the governor's mansion. The thing is that
I was there.
Ma'am?
I was at the governor's mansion.
You feel me? So the outside is they're doing beyond their part. The only people who can make their voices stronger is us. Because long as the outside doing everything they can. But guess what? Alabama has videos of us killing each other. They have all the evidence to show that what we are rallying for. Okay, look at this man. He's getting killed over here by inmates. Look at this person. He's getting beat by inmates. They have all the evidence to show that the rallies are for nothing. Because we have to make the outside voices more stronger.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because
asking, trying to find a solution to, maybe what help restore the morale, maybe the camaraderie and community from within.
Like, the only solution I really see, me personally, is unity. And they don't want to get rid of it. Like, you don't have to get off the compound, because even at the end of the day, you see, we don't want nobody dying in this fight. So you just get off the compound and let us handle this fight, and then you can come back. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be better for everybody if we just in the fight. It'll be better for everybody, even for the ones who have to stay after the fight and things do change. you were under these conditions, your living conditions be better. You will get paid, and you won't even, and that'll help the environment. And it'll be less violent, it'll be less drug dealing, it'll be less everything.
I agree. And I think there'll always be drugs, but I agree that I think it would be less, if the conditions were better and there was some hope and some, if things weren't so bad. People wouldn't feel the need to just numb themselves every day.
And the people will get in concern. It's just that we got to work up and we get them in lockup. Nobody likes lockup. Nobody likes segregation. So guess what? Those people going to come out and get segregation, and they're going to help the fight. They're not going to want to stay back there.
Right. Yeah,
that's
nobody.
The only solution I really see. Like, we have to get unity.
Have you ever spent any time in?
Have you ever seen what Canary Justice? Like every prison he go to, his voice got so loud and he got so powerful.
Oh,
but he out there alone. And he get jumped on at every prison he goes to by police.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yes.
There's another one, Melvin Ray also.
Is he one of the 4 from Donaldson?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Free Alabama movement.
Yeah, okay.
And
right. Alabama is very vindictive. The fear that the Alabama put in inmates too, that can cost a lot too. It's working. And they didn't see that these inmates. Right.
Yeah. Have you ever been in segregation?
Have I been what?
In seg?
Yes, the longest I ever did in segregation was 23 months.
Oh my goodness. How'd you do mentally?
Mentally, all I can do was pray. And by the grace of God that I'm still saying, like mentally, I made it. That's all. I don't even know how I made it, so I just thank God every day. I don't even know how I did it.
Well, good. I know. What about physically? I imagine it would take a toll on you physically too, because you're not moving around, you're not getting sunlight, you're not catching stores, so you're not getting extra food.
I worked out in my cell, yes, he was born, but it was just something I had to do.
Well, that's good. Good. I'm glad you had the mental strength to push through that.
But we can't say that for every individual. It's not just about me. It's overall.
Right.
Like segregation is not good mentally for a person.
Right. I agree. I think it's inhumane.
Segregation today that I personally think is cruel and unusual at its best.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
And I don't believe the individual should protect that.
If I had the power to change ADOC, I would start by getting rid of all of the white supremacists that's holding the office hostage and using the prison as a form of generational wealth for the politicians' criminal activity. The head Alabama politicians are running what they want done with their prison and how much they get per inmate. This is a major business in Alabama.
Yes.
Due to the fact that Alabama doesn't have an equal protection clause in their state constitution, the 14th Amendment, they are not entitled to give anybody equality of the law, which means that Alabama is acting in treason and has been since 1901, when they intentionally removed it from the state constitution, so everything Alabama is doing, a federal government is allowed them to do, illegally and unconstitutional.
Wow.
I saw somewhere that the cost of the bed per inmate was like $250,000 per bed.
Yeah, and that is crazy. I didn't know it was that high. And then that doesn't even count all the free labor and the things they sell that y'all make. And I think I read somewhere once that it's that prisons and crops were Alabama's 2 main income sources. I can't remember what kind of crop it was, but farms, and prisons, and that was it, pretty much.
Yeah, this is ADOC is out of hand. And the only person I feel that can change the situation is us on the inside. Like Like I said before, the outside has been beyond wonderful, and I appreciate all they did. But when they can come back and show us videos of, hey, look at them, they're the animals, they're right there, they're killing each other, they're raping each other, they're doing this. They have all the evidence in the world to throw right back at the people that's rallying for them.
You're right. You're right. Or I really feel like that's not the majority of you guys' heart. Um, but yeah, I do feel like that's an easy way for them to just throw it right back to the public as, see, we told y'all they need to be there. We don't need to let him, we don't need to release them. They're animals.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy, and it's really an easy strategy. Like, we know after me being gone, and I'm pretty sure another person being gone, like, we know all the tactics of Alabama. We're going to get, they're the real criminals. We know this.
yes,
But we peaceful protest, and simply, they're going to come jump on us, and we're going to stand back. But guess what? We're like, just personally, we're getting anything we want to be free. So we can get spy gadgets in here, many cameras, and do this and do that. So when they say that, hey, he jumped on us, the police say, well, we aggress them, they're going to, first time, they're going to say, hey, our camera's not working. But then that's when we come out many cameras they don't even know we have, and hey, this is the real footage right here. Right.
And that's what is taken too for the public, in my opinion, from what I've seen the last couple years, year and a half, 2 years, since a lot of the videos have really been coming out pretty steady. That people that before were just like, oh no, there's no way that's really going on. They finally had to admit, like, damn, that is really what's going on. These places really are, that you might as well say they're run by gangs, because those guards are all, like you said, they're in there hustling or whatever they got to do. They're nothing short of gangs running the prisons. And that's kind of ironic because, they've passed that new gang law thing or whatever, I think, to now where if there's like 3 people or what more involved in a crime, they can say that y'all are a gang. But they don't take into account the fact that their ADOC employees are the ultimate gang. They're the mafia.
Really?
Yes.
And then you have ADOC employees that the same gang is the gang that's running the prison.
I heard that female Johnson, I can't remember captain, lieutenant, or whatever, but Johnson from...
I remember her also. She was
Donaldson?
I believe she is the one that got arrested at Childersburg.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, wasn't she at Donaldson, though, and the guy got his head caught in or something happened, somebody died, she wouldn't open the door.
Yes, that's the same one.
Okay, well, I heard she was like a top-ranking Crip.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. I never ran into her, but that's what goes on here. Like, I'm in a prison right now. They got the blood gang members, the police, and this, that, and the other. Now, so.
Do you think there's a recruiting effort going on? A recruiting effort to recruit officers to come inside ADOC?
Oh yeah. I can agree with that. I believe that too. I believe that the people meet these people on the phone and meet these girls on the phone and hey, come work for ADOC. We know you're going to get a job.
Dude, I've heard stories like that where guys get they talking to this girl or whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, go apply for a job, yada, 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 and they do, and then they start running dope or whatever. I've heard the same exact thing from other people.
Oh, yeah, that goes on. It goes on. And then it's like, when a lot of these officers, they have cases built on them. There's like one officer here, I just got here, she got fired and came back. Like, how could you allow her to come back from being fired? Right. Like, we understand y'all short, okay, but how could you, you fired her for something dirty, so how could you even let her back?
Yes.
That don't even make sense. I know, like, Warden, what was it, Warden, one of those wardens, they got in trouble with Donaldson. She had got in trouble with Donaldson. They like moving these officers around for them not to get caught up in a situation to put the spotlight on them. She was at Donaldson. She got in trouble, so you move her to Hamilton A&I. Hamilton A&I is a police that probably don't get talked about, so you just hide her from the situation.
Yes.
You didn't even fire her.
I've heard that a lot, especially among the guards. Like, they get in some trouble or whatever, they beat up on a few inmates, and they just move them to another facility, so they
Yes,
don't have to press charges or anything. And I know for a fact that Milton, I don't know if y'all know who Milton is, or Edmonds, his half brother. They used to be at Bibb back in the day, and then they beat this
I know
dude real
Milton.
bad.
I met Milton.
You know Milton. I heard he finally got fired, but dude, like he's had several lawsuits. That or DOC's had several because of him and Edmonds. I have a friend, I actually have the paperwork on it, so I know for a fact that this one particular guy sued and won. And Edmonds, it was Edmonds and Hutton, and
Yeah,
whoever the warden was at Bibb back then, I can't remember their name, but and now I hear that John Hutton's a captain somewhere, or
yeah.
maybe a
John Hunter is
warden.
still at Bibb. He's still a captain.
He's back at. He may not have ever left Bibb, but they split them guys up though, and they sent.
Wow.
That's when things seem to go from bloody Bibb to like you don't hear hardly nothing about Bibb. It all seemed to shift to Donaldson about the time they shifted, about 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
That very well may be the case. The corruption, the level of corruption, ultimately boils down to how far how deep the officer is in that.
Yes.
And them being just one big gang, so to speak,
right.
they kind of work together, I would assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know too much about those guys.
Officers, they need proper training. You can't come in here and not have mental health training, because a lot of these, 90% of these inmates are mental health.
Right.
Due to the situation. So every officer who comes here needs to learn how to deal with mental health issues.
I agree.
You don't just beat on the inmate because you don't know what he's going through in his mind.
Right.
So they need proper training.
I saw a video last year. I believe it was at Elmore Correctional Facility. They had a mental health inmate on top of a building.
Yes.
Officer went up there to get him down and just beat him up on top of the roof.
Then try to talk to him. Then try to ease him down, calm him down. He just go up there and beat him up.
I have I have those videos.
That ain't right.
No, it's not.
Proper training, because
and he went back to work.
It had to be mental health. He's on top of a building.
Right. Yeah, and to not even say no, he just started swinging on him like a damn, like he was crazy.
That was totally uncalled for.
It was.
And when these officers do that kind of stuff, they need to be held accountable.
Yeah, I agree, and not just sent to another facility.
Officers still working there.
Oh, I guarantee. I guarantee.
And outside the color of law.
Right. But realistically, if they fire every one of them that's doing, bullshit, who are they going to have left?
Right.
And they know that too.
This last class that graduated here a couple months back, these were nothing but kids.
Yes.
20, 22-year-olds.
Yes.
These guys stand a chance.
They don't. They're not even old enough to deal with anything like that.
Right. They have no life experience.
I agree. I think that, they know that our brains don't even fully develop until we're like 25 years old.
That's right.
So I feel like anything, 25-ish and under, even 26, if they're, a little slower or something, whatever. But none of the case-by-case things, and then mental status, none of that's addressed in our courts, and I feel like it should be, especially that with the kids, because a 20-year-old is not grown. I had my first child at 19, and as a 45-year-old woman, I can tell you that I was not grown. I thought I was grown, and I thought I knew everything, but we're not grown. We're not grown at 20 years old.
Right.
That's crazy. And then to think, like with your case, you were 19 years old. Okay, yeah, you were that, but you didn't deserve to lose to potentially lose your life to prison.
Yes, and they possibly can. Just recently, like he said that last class.
Because that's basically saying that nobody um, is worthy of redemption, and nobody, nobody can rehabilitate. We'll just throw them all away the first chance. Like, I don't believe that. I believe kids mess up and they do dumb shit, and sometimes they do it for dumb reasons, but they won't do the same thing when they're 29 as opposed to when they're 19. Most of them, definitely not by the time they're 39 because of something he did as a kid. I don't think that's right.
And then the support system with the inmates, it's like we're doing decades here. Like you're doing 10, 15, 20 years, so your parents already take for you get 18. And I don't believe that the parents should have to take care of you for 18 more years, 20 more years. I can understand 2, 3, 5 years. Okay, go train my son. He messed up mentally, but change him and bring him back home. I can handle that for 2, 3 more years. But you taking care of inmates for 30, 40 years, the support system just lose. People die off. They got life out there too.
Yes.
They got bills out there too.
It's not fair on those on the other side of the wall to have to meet that financial burden over all those unnecessary years.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Right. When
That's right. When you're supposed to be paying these inmates, so it can be easier on both sides of the wall.
Right.
So you recently just changed to the Constitution where there's no more involuntary servitude inside of Alabama.
Right.
Which is still not paying these inmates.
I wonder what do we need to do about that?
Well, really, you have to make them abide by their own laws.
And that's correct. But we have to push this paperwork in unity, and we have to stand on that. We already know that. Once your voice gets, you can't push it by yourself because once you get too powerful, you liable to die. And that's a true fact because Alabama is very vindictive.
Oh, yes.
And we'll see that with get too loud, they will attempt to quiet you down.
Yes.
They will do that.
My husband's even made comments to me before about my advocacy, like when I've had videos go viral or stuff, and he's like, "You're gonna get us both killed."
And he wasn't allowed this on the last shutdown. The woman she put it on the internet, and we thank her for that. But the thing is this though, her husband, they shipped him around, put him in lockup for no affair, just because of her. And I mess with him. I conversate with him. I mess with him. We can go on a relationship. Like I was in Cuba. He trying to kill. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, well, they put me in lockup and locking me up because my wife, she on here talking about the shutdown and advocating for it. So they locking me up. I'm like, dang.
So, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And we need to change that. I don't know how real talk could help garner support on the inside. We're open to suggestions. And Mario, if there's anyone there that would like to come on and let us hear their side, we'll be more than happy to have them. Yeah, let me ask you one more question. How is this good time law change we had here a few months back regarding the removal of the good time from the inmate? I've heard stories of a couple of guys, one of them in particular, had been caught with a pair of cut-off sports, and they took like 8 years of good time.
Oh man, I think I heard something, either that or similar.
And you can't, and now you can't even get the good time back. Like she ain't letting you work to get it back.
So in essence, what's happening is, once they do that, they actually, this part of the sentence. I understand that. But they removed that early, this particular tax, 8 years, they moved this gentleman back 8 more years behind a pair of cut-off shorts.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is 8 more years financial responsibility for the family, and 8 more years of money for the Department of Corrections. Correct?
Right. Yes, and 8 more years of taxpayers.
Or having to put the bill
Right.
to people being incarcerated. 8 more years for a pair of cut-off shorts.
Yeah, that's insane. And that's what goes on. It's a big, like they say, when they say, like when I first was incarcerated, when they say this is $1 billion industry, I didn't understand it after doing this many years. It's really $1 billion industry.
We see it. We see it. Different what it is.
They deceiving the public, and that's all they do. They deceive the public.
So I had an issue with Kay Ivy a minute ago. I had a real issue with her as far as we're talking about the parole board. I came back to my mind. You know, she and Lee Galtney, they don't believe in second chances.
One second.
I was saying, you know, Lee Galtney and Kay Ivy doesn't believe in second chances. But here a few years back, I think it was right before her running for office for a full term, she had what the media had deemed a blackface incident, and she was portraying some racism in that, and she went to the tax office in Alabama and begged for forgiveness. And the taxpayers and the Alabamians saw it in their heart and felt like maybe she is redeemable. They gave her a second chance. They said, "Okay, we're gonna forgive you for that, and we're gonna allow you to continue on." But what gets me is, after having that grace for the taxpayers for her misdeeds, how could she not have grace and mercy for the redemption of the court? It just shows me personally that the lady's evil at heart and has nothing good for anyone except herself.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
How could you beg for a second chance, or we're begging for a second chance, and you won't get good?
I mean, we've got like what, 3 to maybe 8% grant rate with a parole board.
They have a 92% denial, right?
Right. Nobody's getting out. Men are dying here daily.
Yes.
Drug addiction. All boils down to what is is taking over, and it stopped everything that could be working toward reducing. Okay. You have anything else?
This will be y'all.
And you got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, thank y'all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mario.
Okay.
Thanks.